Rated M for mature.
There's a lot more to Sniper Elite 5 than sneaking, climbing, and setting up Looney Tunes scenarios to erase Hitler from the face of the earth. It's true, the game is absolutely packed full of blink-and-you'll-miss-it Easter eggs that are sure to delight people who love movies, video games, and soda? Seriously. We played through Sniper Elite 5 with a magnifying glass so we could pick up on every sneaky reference in the game, and now we're bringing you the top 9 Easter eggs in Sniper Elite 5. Let's get started. Number 9. The Heart of the Cards. If you do some detective work in Mission 7, Secret Weapons, it's possible to come across a room with a special deck of playing cards on a table. Just a glance at these cards won't reveal anything very interesting, but if you look a little closer, you might notice that the cards have a palm tree insignia, the very same one used in the Sniper Elite 3 logo. Very sneaky, developers. Number 8. Rebellious Cameo. Speaking of the developers of the Sniper Elite series, a very important member of Rebellion is actually in the game. I'm serious, in Mission 3, Spy Academy, there is a room you can find that contains a very special painting. One that looks just a little more real than the rest. The subject of this painting is actually Jason Kingsley, the CEO of Rebellion. The specific image of the head honcho is pulled from a short film he was featured in called Grail Knight's Quest. Number 7. Happy Trails. Speaking of movies, the first of several film-based Easter eggs can be found in the very first section of the game. In Mission 1, the Atlantic Wall, there is a German soldier standing guard at the edge of a precarious cliff. If you climb up the conveniently placed routes leading up to that cliff, you can initiate a stealth takedown that sends the enemy flailing to their doom. To celebrate the flashy move, Carl says the line,
"Happy trails, Hans."
This line, of course, is a reference to Hans Gruber's death scene at the end of the first Die Hard movie. Who knew Carl Fairburn was such a movie buff? Number 6. Is there a doctor in the house? This next Easter egg might make you feel a little thirsty. In the never-ending bunkers of Mission 5, Festoon Guernsey, you can find a sort of hospital room. There are beds for the sick to rest in, plenty of pillows, towels, and blankets, and enough supplies to make just about anyone feel better. If you take a good look at the supplies on the storage shelf, you'll see bottles of antiseptic with a very familiar doctor's name printed on them. Dr. Peppers. I'm sure the liquid in these bottles wouldn't be as delicious, but it'll probably do just fine in a pinch. Just don't tell Coca-Cola. Number 5. Tarantino would be proud. Sniper Elite 5 is a game about Nazis, so it only makes sense that it would reference a movie about Nazis. In Mission 3's Spy Academy, you can eavesdrop on a very peculiar conversation if you manage to remain undetected. It'll happen in an area with a makeshift bar, like a movie set. There, a German officer will ask 3 infantrymen what they would like to drink. As the conversation plays out, it becomes clear that these are German spies in training, and they aren't progressing very well. Funny enough, the entire exchange is lifted from the Quentin Tarantino film Inglourious Basterds, where a simple hand signal did actually blow the cover of several spies, causing them to get into what we call in the spy business a pickle. You're gonna have to stay on your toes if you're gonna go get some Nazi scalps. Number 4, paging Mr. Spock. Also in Mission 3, Spy Academy, you can find a reference to one of the most famous aliens in TV history. At the center of the map, you'll find a church that has been renovated for the occupiers' tastes. If you explore this building, you'll find a few special paintings, like the one of Rebellion's CEO we mentioned earlier in the list. However, there is another. And in this painting, one that depicts 2 women being guided by a 2-headed dove and an angel, you might recognize the way one of the women is raising their hand. It's the universal symbol for live long and prosper. These are the words said so often by Spock, a character from the beloved sci-fi TV show Star Trek. I guess the woman in the painting is a big fan. Number 3, judge, jury, and executioner. Carl Fairburn thinks he's above the law, but it's possible to cross paths with someone who is the law. In Mission 4, War Factory, there's a sly little reference printed on an unassuming can on a random shelf. Taking a closer look at the blue and white can, you can see that it has the words Judge Dredd printed on it, as in the awesome comic book character from the 90s. This Easter egg isn't completely random though. Rebellion actually made a Judge Dredd game in 2003 called Judge Dredd: Dredd vs. Death. I'd call for a crossover, but Carl doesn't really stand a chance. Number 2, No Time to Bleed. Playing through Sniper Elite 5, you're probably gonna take a bullet eventually. Or 2, or 3, or you'll probably get shot a bunch of times. Every time Carl heals from bleeding, there is a random chance that he'll say the line, "I ain't got time to bleed."
I got no time to bleed.
This line is a direct reference to the movie Predator, where the same line is said by former wrestler Jesse the Body Ventura. Number 1, stock up while you can. In Spy Academy, if you head to the top of the tower, you're gonna spot an old collection of toilet rolls scattered all over the place. This small little Easter egg is to acknowledge and celebrate the fact that Sniper Elite 5 was developed during COVID. And in a way, it pays homage to a different time within the gaming industry and how Rebellion was able to get through this together. That's our top 9, but what's your favorite Easter egg in Sniper Elite 5? Let us know in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. We have tons more awesome gaming content coming, and you don't want to miss on what we have to show you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.